There is a plant growing in the cracks of your driveway right now that contains more omega-3 fatty acids than salmon. It has more vitamin A than carrots, it has more vitamin E than spinach, and it has more magnesium and calcium than almost any cultivated crop. This isn't some rare superfood from the Amazon rainforest. It grows in droughts that kill corn. It thrives in soil that has been compacted by concrete. It requires zero water, zero fertilizer, and zero care. In 400 BC, it was considered a sacred medicine. In modern Europe and the Middle East, it is a gourmet vegetable sold in markets. But in America, it is enemy number one. It is the 8th most common weed on the planet. Every year, farmers spray millions of gallons of glyphosate to exterminate it. Homeowners poison their own lawns to get rid of it. We are poisoning a plant that could save us from heart disease to grow grass that we cannot eat. This is Pursuin, Portulaca alari. And the reason you do unknow it is because a superfood that grows for free in a parking lot is a disaster for the grocery industry. They call it pigweed. They call it a nuisance. They needed this plant to stay invisible. Tonight, you're learning about the weed they buried, better than fish oil, better than multivitamins, completely free. They pray you never eat it. If you're new here, this channel exposes superior plants that billion-dollar industries pray you never discover. The foods that outperform their products, the crops that create permanent abundance. Hit subscribe right now. Turn on notifications. Share this with everyone still buying fish oil supplements. Let's get into it. Number 1. The omega-3 anomaly. To understand why this plant is a biological miracle, we have to talk about fat. We are told that omega-3 fatty acids come from fish. We are told that to get these essential heart-healthy fats, we must buy expensive salmon or take fish oil supplements. We are told that land plants are poor sources of these essential fats. Purslane breaks this rule. Forensic nutritional analysis shows that purslane contains alpha-linolenic acid an omega-3 fatty acid at levels that are shocking for a green vegetable. It contains 5 times more omega-3 than spinach. It contains more than any other leafy vegetable ever analyzed. But it gets stranger. It also contains trace amounts of EPA eicosapentinoic acid, an omega-3 usually found only in fish and algae. It is virtually unheard of in land plants. This means that a weed growing in your driveway provides the same heart protective benefits as a salmon fillet, but without the mercury, without the microplastics, and without the price tag. The supplement industry generates $30 billion a year selling fish oil capsules. They rely on the myth that healthy fats are expensive and must be harvested from the ocean. Purslane proves they are free and grow in the dirt. If people knew they could get their omega-3 south from a salad of backyard weeds, the revenue stream for fish oil would evaporate. They rely on your ignorance of botany to sell you chemistry. Number 2, the ghandi of plants. Mahatma Gandhi ate purslane. During his long periods of fasting and simple living, he relied on it as a primary source of nutrition. He called it nourishing. He understood what modern science is just now rediscovering. Purslane is a survival food. In 2014, scientists analyzed the nutritional profile of wild purslane compared to cultivated vegetables. The results were humiliating for modern agriculture. Purslane had higher levels of potassium, magnesium, calcium, and iron than almost any crop grown in industrial fields. It achieves this density because it is a succulent. It stores water and nutrients in its thick, fleshy leaves. It has a taproot that mines the subsoil for minerals that shallow-rooted lettuce cannot reach. While modern lettuce is bred to be fluffy and water essentially crunchy water, purslane is bred by nature to be a nutrient battery. It is designed to keep an organism alive in a desert. By erasing it from our diet, we traded a nutrient-dense powerhouse for water-heavy, nutrient-poor hybrids. We traded Gandhi's wisdom for a plastic bag of iceberg lettuce that rots in 3 days. The grocery industry sells you volume, not density. They sell you food that looks big but contains little. Purslane is the opposite: compact, dense, and potent. Number 3, the glyphosate target. If you look at a list of the world's worst weeds, purslane is always in the top 10. It affects 45 different crops in 81 countries. To the chemical industry, purslane is not food. It is a target. It is one of the primary reasons farmers buy herbicides. They brand it as pigweed or hogweed. This branding is intentional. By associating the plant with pigs and pests, they dehumanize it. They make it socially unacceptable to eat. You don't eat weeds, you spray them. The irony is tragic. Farmers spray poison on purslane to protect fields of corn and soy. The corn and soy are then fed to cattle. We eat the cattle to get protein and fat. We could just eat the purslane. It is a more direct, efficient, and healthy transfer of energy. But you cannot patent purslane. You cannot sell seeds for a plant that grows everywhere. The only way to monetize it is to sell the poison that kills it. The agricultural economy is built on the destruction of abundance to create scarcity. They kill the free food to sell you the expensive food. Every bottle of Roundup sold is a testament to the nutritional value they are destroying. Number 4, the drought survivor. We are entering an era of water scarcity. Aquifers are draining. Rivers are drying up. The crops we rely on, corn, wheat, soy, are thirsty. They require massive irrigation. Purslane has a secret biological mechanism called CAM photosynthesis crassylation acid metabolism. This is the same system used by cacti and succulents. Most plants open their pores during the day to breathe, losing massive amounts of water to evaporation. Purslane opens its pores at night. It captures carbon dioxide in the dark, stores it as malic acid, and then uses it during the day to grow, while keeping its pores sealed tight. This makes it incredibly water efficient. It can produce biomass with a fraction of the water needed for spinach or lettuce. It thrives in 100-degree heat that kills other greens instantly. In a future defined by climate change, purslane is the crop of survival. It is pre-adapted to the world we are creating. By ignoring it, we are betting our food security on fragile crops that cannot handle the heat, while destroying the one crop that actually likes it. The irrigation industry sells pumps and hoses. Purslane needs neither. It grows on the humidity of the night air. Number 5, the flavor profile. One of the reasons wild foods are rejected is because they often taste bitter or tough. Dandelion is bitter. Plantain is stringy. People assume weeds taste bad. Purslane is delicious. It has a crisp, juicy texture like a cucumber or a mild pepper. It has a slightly lemony tart flavor due to the vitamin C and malic acid stored in its leaves. It is not an ordeal to eat. It is a pleasure. In Turkey, Greece, and Mexico, it is a staple. It is sold in markets. It is added to yogurt, salads, and stews. It is treated with respect. In America, we have a cultural blindness. We see a plant growing in a crack in the pavement and assume it is dirty. We assume that if it were good, it would be wrapped in plastic at Whole Foods. We have outsourced our taste buds to the corporate supply chain. We trust the barcode more than we trust nature. This culinary ignorance keeps us dependent on the grocery store for greens that are inferior in both taste and nutrition. Chefs in high-end restaurants are starting to rediscover it, charging $20 for a purslane salad. They are selling you the weed you just poisoned in your driveway. Number 6, the medicinal chest. Traditional Chinese medicine calls purslane the vegetable for long life. They use it to cool the blood, treat dysentery, and heal infections. Modern pharmacological studies are beginning to validate these ancient claims. Research has shown that purslane extracts have anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even neuroprotective properties. It contains high levels of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. It contains dopamine. It is a biochemical factory. The pharmaceutical industry synthesizes these compounds. They sell you melatonin pills for sleep. They sell you anti-inflammatories for pain. Purslane provides them in a biological matrix, buffered by vitamins and minerals. A plant that acts as both food and medicine is a threat to two industries at once. It competes with the grocery store and the pharmacy. It is too useful to be allowed to remain popular, so it remains a weed. If you could eat your medicine in a salad for free, the profit margins of the drug companies would suffer. They need you to view health as something you buy, not something you grow. Number 7, the soil healer. Purslane doesn't just take from the soil, it repairs it. It is often found in compacted hard soil where nothing else grows. Its deep taproot breaks up the hardpan, allowing air and water to penetrate. It acts as a living mulch, covering the bare ground with a thick mat of green that retains moisture and prevents erosion. When it dies, it releases the nutrients it mined from the deep soil back onto the surface. It is what permaculture experts call a dynamic accumulator. Gardeners are taught to pull weeds because they steal nutrients. Purslane actually prepares the soil for other plants. If you let it grow between your rows of corn or tomatoes, it acts as a companion. It keeps the roots cool. By declaring war on it, we are destroying the Earth's natural repair mechanism. We spray it, leaving the soil bare and baking in the sun, which kills the soil biology, forcing us to buy more fertilizer. It is a cycle of destruction sold as weed control. Nature sends porcelain to fix the damage we do. We respond by killing the repairman. Number 8. The seed bank. If you have ever tried to get rid of porcelain, you know it is impossible. This is because of its reproductive strategy. A single plant can produce 240,000 seeds in a season. These seeds can remain dormant in the soil for 40 years, waiting for the right conditions to sprout. This terrifies the seed industry. They want you to buy hybrid seeds every year. They want you to be dependent on their supply. Porcelain is the ultimate open-source seed. It belongs to the land. It cannot be eradicated. This persistence is a blessing, not a curse. It means that no matter what happens, no matter how disrupted the supply chains get, no matter how expensive food becomes, porcelain will be there. It is a famine food that plants itself. It is a safety net woven into the soil. We are trying to cut the net because we have been told it is ugly. The seed industry relies on planned obsolescence. Porcelain relies on infinite abundance. You cannot sell seeds to a gardener who has a 40-year supply already in the ground. Number 9. The return of the wild. We are living in an artificial world. We eat artificial food. We live in artificial environments. Our bodies are starving for wild genetics. Domesticated crops have been bred for sugar, size, and shelf life. In the process, they have lost their phytonutrients, the bitter, complex compounds that protect against cancer and disease. Porcelain is wild. It hasn't been dumbed down by breeders. It retains the vigor and density of a wild plant. Eating it is a way to rewild your gut microbiome. It reintroduces the complex chemistry that our bodies evolved to expect. Bringing porcelain back to the table is an act of defiance. It is a rejection of the sanitized, plastic-wrapped food system. It is an acceptance of the wild, the uncontrollable, and the free. It is a statement that you trust nature more than you trust a corporation. When you eat a wild plant, you are eating information that your body has been missing. You are eating the code of survival. This wasn't some experimental novelty or unproven curiosity. This was a plant eaten by Gandhi, revered by the Chinese, and consumed by civilizations for thousands of years. Superior, in every measurable way, to the lettuce they keep you buying. 5 times the omega-3 south of spinach. Survival in drought and heat, a complete multivitamin growing in the cracks of the sidewalk. The supplement industry generates $30 billion annually selling fish oil and vitamins. They buried porcelain because informed citizens wouldn't need their pills. But the secret is out. Chefs are serving it. Scientists are studying it. The suppression is failing as information spreads. You can keep poisoning the most nutritious plant in your yard. You can keep buying fish oil that may be rancid. You can keep feeding an industry that profits from your nutritional deficiency. Or you can harvest porcelain this season, eat the weed, reclaim your health. The choice they never wanted you to have is now yours. I'll see you in the next video.